Hi, my name is Susan Gresto, and I want to thank the Quinta Museum, the staff and volunteers for including me in this exhibition. A couple things that I realized during this time of quarantine was I was not sitting still long enough to make time for what I said was a priority in my life, and that was my art making. And so finally, I was investing time in my creativity. I enrolled in a class at Fullerton College called Sketching for Animators and Illustrators. And through this class, I learned the daily discipline of drawing. And I also gave myself the permission to depart from reference material and become more imaginative in my drawings. So the final project that was assigned in this class is the work that I'm presenting to you today, which leads to my second important realization during quarantine, and that was the value of family and remembering time with family. So my final project was to create a character, and I made that character a family favorite, real life character, our favorite Italian Aunt Mary. I used legendary stories and expressions of our dear Aunt Mary as an inspiration. On the left, the first image of Aunt Mary is standing in front of Nino's Deli. Whenever she and I went out shopping, she'd often catch a glimpse of herself in a store window or a mirror and act surprised and chuckle, asking, "Who's that Fatsy Dolly?" Makes me wonder what Aunt Mary would have thought of the quarantine 15. The next drawing of the geese escaping a near collision with Aunt Mary's car stems from the legendary family tale of her hitting the accelerator instead of the brake when she drove into and through the wall of her garage. No geese were harmed, and neither was Aunt Mary. Another fond memory stems from a photo of my children playing with Aunt Mary as she set her hair in curlers. They had never witnessed me doing this, and so it seemed strange for them, and they asked her a lot of silly questions. It's quite playful. My drawing captures her sitting in our oversized chair, which appears as a throne, fit for a queen. So we called this Queen Mary, wearing her crown of pink curlers. And the final two drawings reference food and wine, always plentiful in her Italian home. Although Aunt Mary was not a drinker, she and Uncle Vic had a bar in the basement that was fully stocked for neighbor parties back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. A lot of good times and great food were shared in that Cleveland basement. Aunt Mary was the best cook. At last, the drawing of the slice of pizza came from a life reference to a bittersweet memory. And when our dear Aunt Mary was passing, she instructed my husband, "Always remember me when you eat pizza." It's an odd thing to say given the moment, but we often think how wise she was to say this. We eat pizza all the time, and her last wishes always bring a smile to our faces. So thank you, Aunt Mary, for the laughter, love, and fun you brought into our lives. It's so good to remember, especially in times like this.